Welcome to this thought-provoking debate. Will China or the USA collapse first? In 2024, global tensions between the two superpowers are higher than ever, and both nations face significant challenges that could determine their futures. Today, we'll break down the key issues each country faces, economically, politically, and socially, and explore which one might be more vulnerable to collapse. Let's get straight to the facts. Let's start with the economy. Both the US and China are economic giants, but they are facing different kinds of economic pressure. The USA has been dealing with inflation, high national debt, and rising inequality. In 2024, the US national debt stands at over $33 trillion, and interest payments alone are becoming a significant part of the federal budget. There are concerns about the sustainability of government spending, particularly with ongoing social programs like Medicare and Social Security. China, on the other hand, is facing a real estate crisis. Major developers like Evergrande have defaulted on loans, and the property market, which accounts for nearly 30% of China's economy, is teetering on the edge. Additionally, China is seeing slowing economic growth, projected at just over 4% in 2024, down from the double digits of past decades. The country's aging population and shrinking labor force are also key concerns. Key fact: while both countries are economically strong, the US struggles with long-term debt sustainability, and China risks economic stagnation from an aging population and real estate crisis. Political stability is another critical factor. Both countries face internal political divisions, but the nature of these challenges is very different. In the USA, political polarization is at an all-time high. The 2024 elections showed a deeply divided country, with debates over key issues like healthcare, immigration, and climate change creating a tense political atmosphere. This polarization has led to fears of social unrest and potential gridlock in governance. China operates under a one-party system, but that doesn't mean it's free from political risk. Xi Jinping's government has tightened its grip, but rising discontent over economic inequality, surveillance, and strict social controls could spark instability. The Chinese Communist Party is aware of these risks, and its harsh crackdowns on protests, such as in Hong Kong, reflect its concerns about maintaining control. Key fact: the US faces the risk of political gridlock and social unrest, while China's authoritarian model could lead to significant internal pushback if its economy falters. Both countries are grappling with demographic issues and social challenges that threaten their stability. In the USA, rising inequality has contributed to social fragmentation. The wealth gap is widening, with the richest 10% controlling more than 70% of the wealth. This economic disparity is fueling tensions and could further erode social cohesion. The US also faces demographic shifts, with a growing elderly population that will put more strain on healthcare and social security systems. China is facing an even more severe demographic crisis. The one-child policy has left China with a rapidly aging population and a shrinking workforce. In 2024, the country has one of the fastest-growing elderly populations in the world, and its birth rate is at historic lows. This will make it difficult for China to sustain its economic growth and social services over the next few decades. Key fact: China's demographic collapse, driven by its aging population and low birth rates, is more severe than that of the US, making it a significant long-term threat to its stability. Globally, both nations are vying for influence, but international pressures are mounting. The USA is still the dominant military power, but its global leadership is being challenged. The US has faced difficulties in maintaining alliances and influence, especially after conflicts in the Middle East and shifting power dynamics in Europe and Asia. China's Belt and Road Initiative has further challenged American global dominance. China is expanding its influence, especially in Asia and Africa, but it's also facing growing international backlash. In 2024, tensions over Taiwan and the South China Sea have escalated, and global pushback against China's economic practices, human rights record, and technology policies have increased. The potential for conflict with Taiwan remains one of the largest geopolitical flashpoints. Key fact: while China is expanding its global influence, it faces significant international pressure, especially regarding Taiwan and its aggressive foreign policies. Lastly, technology and the environment are key areas that could influence the future of both nations. In the USA, technological innovation remains a strength, especially in sectors like AI and biotech. However, climate change is an existential threat. Rising sea levels, wildfires, and extreme weather are already taking a toll on infrastructure and communities, costing billions in damages. China is also racing ahead in technology, particularly in 5G and AI, but it faces severe environmental challenges. Pollution, water shortages, and desertification are significant threats. Moreover, China is the world's largest carbon emitter, and climate change could hit its agricultural and industrial sectors hard in the coming decades. Key fact: while both countries are leaders in tech, environmental degradation poses a significant risk, especially to China's industrial centers and agriculture. So, will China or the USA collapse first? Both nations face significant challenges, but China's aging population, environmental risks, and potential political unrest may push it closer to instability. The US, on the other hand, has its own vulnerabilities, especially when it comes to debt and political polarization. In the end, the future of both superpowers will depend on how they navigate these complex challenges. What do you think? Could either country collapse in our lifetime? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more in-depth analysis on global events. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video.